Hello, YouTube. How's everybody doing? Man, I've been processing a lot of stuff. Like, I'm sure the rest of you are too. A lot of crazy events happening, which I feel need to a degree. We need to have a conversation now, because most people have had enough, myself included. Um, this very well could be triggering for some people. People might not want to hear what I have to say. Do I care? I never did. We need to have a conversation. Okay? And I want it to be an open forum. However, if there's any ignorance on here, if there's any bias on here toward one person or another, you'll be removed. Because that's not what this is about. I had watched, yeah, there's people who clicked on, clicked off. I don't care. We're going to have a talk. There's a lot of even stuff, division. You want to know what they do? Hi, Dustwalker. Look. We have to understand who our enemy is. Okay? We have to understand what the enemy is. And it's not against one another. I know that this whole thing turned into a race issue. Not realizing we're all descendants of Africa. There's white people in Africa. There's black people in Africa. There's Indian people. We're not the only damn melting pot. It didn't start here in America. Now, this, like I said, it's going to be triggering. I'm going to even get on some religious shit. Because the stuff that I've been seeing, stuff I've been hearing, the bigotry, across both sides. It goes both ways. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. It goes both ways. So, a part of me... Oh, yeah. Well, shout out to Queen Cup Tarot. She actually brought forth... she did a talk the other week. Last week it was, on the Willie Lynch letters, which I think I did read some of them when I was in college, but it didn't really sink in until recently. No, that's okay. Thank you. Just hit the thumbs up button then. That's all I ask. Look. I have people on my YouTube, and I've told everybody this. I have people on my YouTube that are every single ethnicity. Let's not even put race in here. Every single ethnicity, all around the world. Different religious beliefs. Different skin tones. Because you want to know why? They understand I'm not looking at their skin tone. I'm looking at their soul. And I'm going to try and... Sorry about the light in the back. I'm going to try and get this to come out the best way I know how. Of course, I don't want to offend anybody, but that happens too. Just last night... Hey, Jess. How you doing, honey? Well, things are okay. I hope all is well out there in Cali. This needed to happen. We need to have talks. That's okay. I'm going to get into some deep shit here. Okay? Look. You want to know how you conquer people? You divide them. You want to know how you destroy a nation? You divide them. You want to know how you destroy a movement? You infiltrate the movement from within and divide it. And use differences. And bias. That's how they do it. It's the truth. I'm seeing it even within the spiritual community, guys. I've saw, as you heard the confirmation, I've saw, and you guys know I support a lot of other readers. Like, I will shout them out. And most of them aren't my skin color. Do I care? No, they're anointed. Do I think I'm better because I'm white? No. I don't. Some of them are way more talented than I am at what I do. However, I know I'm at the top of my field. I know this. I know that what I talked about is factual. I know how many people I've helped. No matter what color they are, where they came from, what country they were in, what religious background they had. I don't look at that. However, we've been programmed. Our ancestral DNA line has been programmed to only look at differences. Hi Liz, how you doing? To only look at the differences instead of the things that unite us. Instead of the things where we can find common ground and say, we just look at someone's skin color or someone's religious belief, and then we want to demonize them because of what we were programmed to believe, instead of getting to know that person and getting to know their heart and getting to know their soul and actually caring to help. And I personally want to apologize, Jess. I'm not going to apologize for my skin color, but I want to personally apologize to all my Hispanic and Latino brothers and sisters, my Mexican. Yo, you are some of the most spiritual people. God, you want to know what? And it kept on, I woke up hearing this song this morning, and I'm like, I got to get on and talk about this. And it was a song I learned in Sunday school. Yet they sing it in church, but don't live it. Here we go. You ready? Jesus loves the little children. The anointing just hit me. Sorry. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. We sang it in church, but you don't live it. Jesus loves the little children of the world. And you want to know what? That's us. Brown, purple, green, I don't give a shit. I've said this how many times? I don't care about someone's color. However, you want to know what I've experienced, and I'm going to be honest here. As honest as what I can be. I've experienced from the other side. People who don't like me because I'm white. On this platform. I've been ignored. I've had comments ignored because I'm white. Oh, you could not honestly understand what you know. And I understand that. But don't discriminate because I'm white. Don't discriminate because someone's black. Don't discriminate because someone's Indian. Don't discriminate against anybody. It's still discrimination. Looking at someone's outer appearance, look at their heart. Look at their soul. I
to have, this is why we go through, anybody, I'm telling you, who's talking about divisiveness and hate, don't follow them. We need to be a well-oiled machine, showing the love of God to everybody. And if you can't do that, you don't have a right to have a platform. You don't have the right to lead anybody. I get it. Some people are horrible. Some people are freaking sick in the head. Leading churches, leading spiritual groups. And I get it. Some people are still working through this pain. I'm still working through what my fucked up ancestors did too. And I'm sorry if I sound harsh. I'm not trying to be triggering or nothing, but this is something that I've been passionate about for a very long time. As soon as I started my platform, I was like, and this was before there was 2 million freaking readers. A lot of them fake, by the way. Fake. I will call that out. They're fake. With a handful of real people on here who understand that it takes an anointing, a true calling, and anointing, especially for someone with my background as far as being religious. That was a complete leap of faith. I knew I was putting my ass in a bullseye because I come from a very religious community, a very religious family, a very religious background. And I gave my life to my mission and purpose. And God put me in this community to help people. I didn't want to pull tarot cards. That wasn't what I aspired to do. I would really like to just coach people. But that's not what God said. That's not the way my life played out. And for anybody who calls me a fucking witch, you want to know what? I already know you're getting karma. I serve the Most High. I serve the Most High through my relationship with the Spirit of the living God that lives inside me. I'm going to tell you something. No, I'm going to get off that subject. We're going to talk about something that happened last night. I was on True News TV, which is Christian programming, which is whatever. I watch some Christian programming. Jess, when we have to have these conversations like this for people to get it and wake up. I'm not saying everybody's going to wake up. And those people who don't wake up, we have to stay diligent and not let society divide us. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull the race bait. But, yo, this is what the Illuminati does. They want to categorize people. Why do you think when you go and try and get a job, we'll just put this, when you fill out an application, oh, what's your race? Are you male or female? They want to categorize people. So then they know what they can pay you. They know. They try to divide us through gender. They try to... Hell, the church has been divided 5,000 times. No wonder nobody freaking understands. Why would somebody want to go to an institution? And my coffee cup says joy. I find joy in these type of conversations. Because if I can just wake up one person to the truth, it's about doing the inner work. It's about looking at our own biases. It's about looking at what our fucking ancestors did that we are now paying for. Because I'm telling you, it's rooted, deeply rooted. I want y'all to look up the Willie Lynch letters. That opened my eyes. Like, I'm pretty sure that I read that when I took my racism class. Because I had to when I was in college. I took a class on racial and ethnic relations. So I'm not new to this. And I'm telling you, every time I walked out of that, because he was an extremely liberal professor, every time I left that class, I felt ashamed of being white. I felt ashamed of my own skin color. The programming that people are getting in college is to hate white people at this point. We are the oppressors, even though my generation and my kids had nothing to do with it. It's our ancestors. It's the ancestral line we got to clear. That's when God put me on YouTube and I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, I don't know what that's going to do, but okay then. Interesting, my lights went out on my table. That's freaking funny. Unless I kicked something, which I don't think I did. Hang on 1 second. No, they're still plugged in. Are you listening, ancestors? Huh? Because you done fucked up, and the rest of us are paying for your fuck-ups. I love you, though. And here's the issue. It's ingrained in every single person not to trust somebody who looks different, somebody who has a different culture. And the only thing the news media wants to push is the bad. They don't want to push cops hugging young black men on this movement. They don't want to show that stuff. They don't want to show the peaceful protesters. They want to show people looting to get the other side all riled up and be like, oh, well, you want to know why? Blah, 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 blah. They want a race war. Which, honestly, and I'm tossing this out there, call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't give a shit. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I honestly think a lot of the shit that we saw was staged. I know it for a fact. And I think I even said this like a day or two after I did my rant on what happened to George Floyd. Which was horrible. That man was murdered. Bottom line, murdered. Now, the real issue that's going on is the mayhem, the aftermath. The communities that are being burnt to the ground are minority communities, inner cities, where minorities live. If Black Lives mattered so much, why are they doing that? Why do you think? I remember what happened to Baltimore back in 2016. They never got to rebuild after that happened with Ferguson. Baltimore is still in shambles. Well, now guess what? They mobilized it all over the fucking United States. And this was well organized. I'm sorry, but you can't just organize a protest like that unless there was powers that be behind it. Unless there was a well-organized... Dude, they were planning this. If you don't see that, you are blind. Wake up. You want to know, the impeachment didn't work. And I'm not trying to get on political shit. The impeachment didn't work. Coronavirus, people were tired of it. The killer bees didn't work. So now they're starting to, dude, this is the same cycle as 2016. Next it'll be gender. Then it'll be Christians versus Muslims or something. And then it'll be gays against straight people in the church. Then it will be a couple national emergencies. All the way up to the election. And then it'll be another resurgence of something else. And then an alien invasion. And then asteroids. This is all to instill fear in the anointed people. And get you distracted. That's why I said we need to have a conversation. This needs to be had. This is probably the biggest conversation as far as with racial relations. This is the biggest one. Nothing will fly into the face of the Illuminati and the evil thugs running this country and around the world than if people of all colors, no matter what their race is, what their beliefs are, can come together in love for their love for God and their love for humanity. And band together and say, we're not going to let you take us down by dividing and conquering us. We're not. Good luck. A united people, united we stand, divided we fall. Remember that. No, I have not done a whole lot. I've only done some readings that has to do with what I had to do for school and stuff like that. All this is ingrained in, the stuff is ingrained in me. I thank college for the fact that I was able to get over some of my biases and some of that programming. Because I saw what had happened to me in college. I was looked down on because of my age. Yeah, let's just put that out there. Because of my beliefs. They lowered my grades. I should have freaking graduated from college with at least a 3.6 to a 3 point. Well, I wouldn't say I did perfect, but at least a 3.6. I should have made freaking honors. But because I was so, not that I want to make excuses, I was extremely abused during the whole time I went to college. And I was on a lot of heavy medication because of that abuse. Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. The more divided that they can keep you, the more hive-minded and only thinking my way is the only way, my way is the right way, my way. It's all about me. Narcissistic in nature. Demonic. It's all about me. What they did to me. Victim mentality. I had to break out of that. And there's still times, I'm not going to say, there's still times where it still tries to creep up. Why me? Why me? Well, because you were called to this, Missy. That's why you. I didn't put you in a place to be comfortable and have comfortable talks. I didn't give you a freaking big ass mouth to keep it shut. I gave you a big ass mouth so that you'd open up your mouth and speak truth to those who have an ear to hear and can hear it. And I thank God. We all are chosen. Anybody on my channel, I'm telling you what, you have a purpose and a mission. God promised me He would bring my people to me. And they're chosen for a specific task and a specific purpose. And it's funny because I have white people on here, I have black people on here, I have people from all over the world. I have Hispanics and Latinos on here. And I love you guys so freaking much. And I care. I don't just say that to say it. Y'all know it. I come on here and I put my ass on the line a lot. I've had a bullseye on my back since I started my channel. Well, now, I've been on here for a while. And now it's time to open my mouth. I've called out reverse racism. Oh, that doesn't exist. Only white people can be racist. That's a lie straight from the pit of hell, too. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's get this straight. Black people, Hispanic people can be racist, too. It's ingrained in our system and our programming and our thoughts because we were programmed from a child on up not to trust somebody who don't look like us, who might have a different background. No, are you triggered? I'm not triggered at all. I'm happy. Because you want to know what? I can open up my mouth. I'm very passionate. I'm an Aries. Are you triggered? Well, let's talk about the church now. Yeah, we're going to get on that conversation. Good, get off my channel. Deuces. Last night, like I said, I was on this news thing where they were talking, and most of them in there are Christians, and I was just seeing what they had to say because I saw the topic, and I was like, okay. And my advice to them was wake up, church. This is supposed to be your finest hour. This is what you were supposed to do. This is what you were called to do. Is not sit in a pew and pay tithe and call yourself a Christian. I can go sit in my car. It doesn't make me a car. It don't. I can go sit my ass in a church and it doesn't make me a Christian. It's why I lost the whole, I don't consider myself that. I consider myself a follower of Jesus Christ. I consider myself a lover of the Most High and the divine God. The spirit that lives in every single person who is a believer is the same person that lived in my Jesus. That was given as a gift for power and authority over this darkness. It's the facts. It's why the day of Pentecost happened. For power and authority. To go into all the world showing God's love to people, healing the sick, and loving people. Showing people a different facet of who the Creator is. A love facet, not a judgment facet. And you want to know what Christians did with it after the first century church? They made it into a religion. They took out books of the Bible, scrolls of the Bible, and they tossed them because you want to know why? It didn't fit their theology. And control. And they were all meant to be in there. Shows you how to manifest things. And some people are just ignorant. Absolutely ignorant. And it's in our churches too. Let's just throw that out there. It's in the church across the board. I mean, I get so... okay. The dude that asked if I was triggered, yeah, you want to know what triggers me? When I see a bunch of religious jargon. And sheep following blindly like herd to a slaughterhouse. Well, guess what? I'm raising up a new breed of killer sheep. And I don't mean killing people physically. Not at all. Killing them with love and kindness. That's the only way you will be able to dispel darkness out of someone's life, is to show them love and kindness. Especially when they're hurting. There are some people who you have to cut off, though, because they're not going to get it in this life. Especially if they have a narcissistic, genetic makeup. Many of us have those type of people. Told you that old cycle's ending. Time to fucking bury it. I was going to do Leo and Taurus's reading. Sorry, Leo and Taurus's, you ain't getting it until I don't know when. I'm doing my light worker reading at one point. I'm going to lay out my cards for the lunar eclipse / full moon. Oh, that's not very Christian, like you pull tarot cards. Well, you don't know my mission. No, you don't. You don't know the background? And you're ignorant. You honestly think prophets didn't have tools that they used? What is casting? Okay. What is casting lots? What is that? That's like runes. When they were picking their 12th disciple, Stephen, they casted lots to figure out which one to choose for their next disciple. Guess what that means? They used a tool that God used to show them who their next disciple was going to be. People don't understand. God can use anything. He's divine. They can use anything. And folks, we are in the spiritual battle of ideologies. We are. We're in a spiritual battle. What you're seeing made manifest in the 3D. Yep. And I will never change. Until God says, you want to put down the cards, we're going to do something different. However, I can't leave post like David. I'm not going to leave post until I have someone to come up and step into my post. God will show me who's the anointed one to do that at one point. Exactly. We need to look at our similarities and not our differences. I've heard so many racial comments and it's from both sides. However, even on this damn platform, I've experienced racism toward me because I'm white. I'm not a victim from it. I sympathize. Because I'm like, what you're bitching about is what you're doing to other people. That's hypocritical. Let me just put that out there. That's being a hypocrite. And it's not all across the board. And I understand there's some healing going on within the Latino and the Black community. However, there's still healing going on in the white community too. And if you're on this journey, you'll realize that it isn't just this life. I had incarnated. How many damn times? We've all reincarnated because we haven't got it right up until this point. I was probably black at one point, which I'm positive I at least had 2 to 3 black lives. Look at my hair. I have the curliest hair ever. This is natural. I have brown eyes. Just because I have light skin doesn't mean that I'm in a past life. I wasn't black, and I wasn't Hispanic, and I wasn't South American, that I wasn't Canadian, well, Canada maybe, but that I wasn't European, that I wasn't African, that I wasn't Japanese. I was I'm positive of it. Not to mention there was other lives where I know that I was alien, Pleiadian, a starseed. Oh, heaven forbid we talk about that. Open up your doggone eyes, people. At what people are trying to do. And it's not just the one man sitting in the White House. Most of the people out there rioting, some of them are peaceful protesters that have a right for their voice to be heard. And then we have infiltrators that come in and make them look bad and make those who are peacefully protesting, black and white together, they make them look bad. And they combine it all together and say, look. And they're not even people from, many of them aren't even people from within their state. They're outsiders. Yep. Antifa. And Black Lives Matter too. Let's just throw that out there. They've been infiltrated. I saw a video last night. We are the human race, people. We come under if you are a divine person, you come under the umbrella of the Most High. Red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. We are all They can't stop a unified front. They can't stop a unified people. We will be ones to be contended with. Because we look beyond age, skin color, ethnicity, religious background, whether or not you're gay or straight. And we love humanity. Everybody. Because we can see the heart of God and the heart of the Creator in those people. I hope I got my message across good enough. Either way, I just wanted to come on and because I've been quiet. I've been processing things. And I've been asking God, like, how do we fix this? Like, I've been told so many times, you're white, shut up and sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I sympathize with you. I've been... Oh, let's just talk about socioeconomics as well. We've been categorized by that as well. Socioeconomically. If you aren't rich, dude, this happened to me. My first love. Let's just talk about that one. My first love. His family was very wealthy. My family was lower middle class, low class, because my dad worked 3 damn jobs and was in the National Guard. And my mom did her thing, babysitting selling Avon, doing that kind of stuff. Okay? My family worked. But you want to know what? These people had old money. These people owned the biggest insurance agency in this area. And his mother did not like me because we weren't rich. And basically told her son he wasn't allowed to date me. No, they were filthy rich. She basically forbid her son to date me because we weren't rich. So you want to know what? That was the first time I ever went into the deepest depression of my life at 14 years old. So we want to talk about this stuff. Let's talk. That was extremely painful. Because my family didn't come from a wealthy line. The Purdy's, we'll just put it out there, Purdy Insurance Agency, yeah. His father liked me, his mother hated me. Because they were wealthy, and I was not. My family was not. So you want to know what they did? They forbid us to date. She called my mother and said I was not good enough to date her son. So, you want to talk about painful? You want to talk about being marginalized? You want to talk about bias? Someone having the nerve to call your mom and say, your daughter ain't good enough for my son because, well, she's, you guys still rent your house. You guys don't own it. I can't tell you how many times when I got my driver's license, I'd see her drive by and I'd flip her off. That haunted me a very long time. And it hurt. And you want to know what? They're all alcoholics. Every single one of them are alcoholics. Well, guess what happened back in 2017? This was when I was 14 years old. Let's just get this straight. This was like back in 1990, 89, 88, 89. Yeah. Well, 2017 rolls around. After 27 years, that kid did not talk to me. His birthday was the day after mine. We had a lot in common. Well, he took after a lot of their traits. Let's just put it that way. After 20-some years, I get a strange friend request on Facebook from him. And then he didn't realize it was me because I don't go by my last name. And I'm like, well, thank you for the ad. Didn't expect to hear from you ever. Well, he was going through a divorce. And him and I kind of started talking, and we kind of got our karma worked out, to be honest with you. And it was weird because God kept on bringing back all of these people who had hurt me in the past for me to kind of have a real good understanding and knowing they come from a narcissistic line. And they've had deep trauma and hurt. You want to know what happened? And at one point, he did the whole discard thing with me. Okay, Tesla. He did the whole discard thing with me. And I got him, and he tried gaslighting me. Because we were kind of like dating, but like not because of his divorce. It was weird. But he took me to a bunch of like family gatherings. I got to confront his mother and say, hi, remember me? Her mouth dropped, and I think she almost gagged on her cigarette. That was sweet retribution. Oh, yeah. Mother's Day, let alone. Hi, Cindy. Remember me? Yeah, I just finished college. I just graduated today. You know, the one that you said wasn't good enough for your son. And here I stand in front of you, standing next to your son. Him and I got our karma worked out, obviously. It didn't work. I pretty much got to, he did the whole, narcissism thing, because he does have that, combined with addictions. And I hope that he's better now. I haven't talked to him really since Christmas of 2 years ago. And I changed my phone number since. Like, that doesn't even haunt me anymore. Oh, it did. When I walked in his brother's house and his brother saw me, he was like, my God, this is great. Mom's gonna flip. Yeah, damn straight. I even sat next to her. And his dad still loves me. Like, I wish him the best. Like, it wasn't meant to be. We were both Aries. I think he had an Aquarius rising, I think. What's his moon sign? I think it was Libra. I'm pretty sure. He was either a Libra rising and an Aquarius moon, or the opposite. And he was married to an Aquarius who completely screwed him over and really hurt him. So, it is what it is. Well, who knows what he did? That's all I can say. There's three sides to every story. It's theirs and his, and then there's the truth. I don't really care. I got to see karma. Oh, and like I said, that after that discard, and it was weird because, like, we didn't talk much of the summer. Like, I mean, it hurt that he tried to pull some crazy narcissist bullshit. Well, 2 weeks after he stopped talking to me, he was at the bar that's like right across the street to where he can walk, but he insisted on driving his vehicle. He ended up backing into a van and got a DUI. His second, I think, as a predominant person in this society or in this area. You don't fuck with me, dude. You don't mess with God's kids. You just don't. You wanna know what else? The same thing happened to a best friend of mine. Quote, I say that in quotations because she's not. She was messing with me. She got a DUI. The Nick dude that comes on here sometimes, in between his little shenanigans of what he was pulling, I come to find out he lost his license because he got a DUI. It's like, what are you doing, Spirit? Like, why is everybody getting DUIs like that? Screw me over. I don't know. Or have ill intent. They get their karma. Sometimes you just don't see it, or you don't know. I didn't even know that had happened until him and I had a conversation. We sat down and we talked. And I'm like, look, I apologize for freaking out like the Aries that I am when I saw what you were doing. And I called your ass out. Of course I would. And I'm dating somebody else, which I was. And I just want things to be cool between us. Like, if we see each other out, like, we can say hi. If you're like, seriously, I just want to be friends. Like, that is it. And then he tried to pull well, it is Labor Day weekend. Why don't we go up to the cabin for the weekend and hang? And I'm like, no. I'm waiting on my boyfriend right now to message me because I'm going to his house. And he didn't believe me until he saw me walk out the door and leave and never come back. That's the revenge on a narcissist. When you can sit down and have a conversation and say, this is what hurt me. This is why I did what I did. This is why I said what I said. You can respect it, you can reject it. Either way, I'm going to be good and move on with my life, and I wish you the best. Haven't heard from him since. So, that is what it is. And that was like the love of my life. Like I always, it haunted me. Into my adulthood, it haunted me, like the what ifs and the whys. And so, like I said, there's even a socioeconomic bias on people. I've experienced it in so many facets in my own life. So that's painful. And it's ancestral. They came from a very wealthy line. Well, I came from a more poorer line. And that wasn't okay. Well, I ain't gonna have to come back to this shithole. You have fun returning with your karma that you're gonna have to work through in the next life. So, anyway, thanks for coming on and listening. Because many of us have been dealing. Look, there I am. Many of us have been dealing with this, trying to reclaim our throne. But we had to go in. We had to do the inner work of the real healing and the real problem. And the victim, and I was victim for a long time, yeah. I had some horrible things happen to me. But I'm not a victim no more. I had to do the contemplating on why is this happening. It was all rooted in that fear of what other people thought, what other people had spoken over my life, what my ancestors have done, what I've self-sabotaged and done to myself, and the programming of abandonment, isolation, and rejection rooted in fear, not faith, fear. And that's what controls society. It makes them feel helpless and hopeless. Instead of not realizing you're extremely loved by the Most High. This is where many of us have to get to, folks, within ourselves. Be the soulmate to yourself. Don't look for love outside of you. Everything you have is within. Look for the soulmate within you. That's where the treasure is. Not with a Hey, look, there's the Illuminati that we're fighting against for a peaceful society, a loving society, where one another helps each other instead of hinders each other. Well, this is unity consciousness right here. We're all one family. These doggone karmic contracts are being left out in the cold and being sad about it need to end. Especially if you were dealing with a not so nice twin. Many empresses have lost their throne for a long time. Well, we're reclaiming that, I see. However, the Matrix people want to keep you caught in your head and spinning in circles and not being able to see the truth. They want people fighting and sparring when it's time to heal. Permanently heal. Really think God's offering you a gift, but you need to take a leap of faith here. You need to step off the edge. Stop hanging on to things that no longer serve you, especially when they're fucking toxic. Excuse my mouth, but especially when the devil's involved. It's why I'm celibate, folks. Because of this energy right here. Lust, greed. I'm exposing it all, guys. It's coming out with this eclipse. Yes, it is. Get ready for downloads. Get ready to move forward, guys. Your wish fulfillment's on its way, dude. The old fishes have sailed. Time for new offers to come in for those who've done the work. If you haven't done the work and you're still caught in your head, I mean, this does show the depiction of not being stuck, but then this shows the depiction, 2 8s in a row, the depiction of being stuck. I think some of us are actually releasing this old trauma and this old anxiety from a long time ago, and being codependent on someone else loosening our chains and loosening the binds that are keeping us stuck and blindfolded. And we're kind of like, oh, now what? Well, be prepared to get divine revelation. Here's the King of Swords in the upright. And the King of Wands. Wait, that's King? Yeah. And the King of Wands supporting this energy. Diplomatic and passionate about what you believe in. Both fixed energies. Equal give and take. Not someone just standing there, yeah, you can have this, but you can't have that. And the divides is that let us sit down and reason together. However, I don't think he should be standing there. I think they all should be sitting down reasoning together. Nobody's above the other. Religion. Some of you are going to come into a higher understanding of truth. About who you're called to be. The days of sitting on the sideline, folks, have got to be over. This is also tradition, too. This is seeing the tradition. These are the keys that unlock, that they've been hiding from us. That unlock the real truth. This also can be a very controlling figure, too. The Hierophant with the Emperor. This is institutionalized control. Many of us are taking a pentacle and saying, fuck that. Fuck that old system. We're walking away from that. We'll go hermit for a while and ask the spirit what we're supposed to do. We'll take a more Virgo approach. And like I said, I look at this hermit right here as like Moses. So they want to zap your strength, guys. I'm just going to tell you that. Because they know if we come together, we're moving in victory. That breaks their heart. Yes, it does. Because all these old karmic contracts, all these past life things are getting smashed. World card. It was in reverse, though. They want to keep you spinning in a cycle, folks. And the Spirit's saying, here you go. Time to chameleon out of that old way with the Ace of Wands. It kept you in bondage. It kept you stuck. And then as soon as you begin to get your life back in order, this is what they do. They'd Queen of Swords and reverse your ass. And cause a bunch of conflict. And bloodshed. Drop the burden, man. Grab that Ace of Wands. There's been some selfish people. And very stingy, lying people who had all this knowledge and all... Yeah, well, that's in reverse. Their knowledge has now set sail. Now you know how to manifest things. Put it out to the universe. Now, when I do my light worker reading, now you all know. Oh, my ear's ringing. Thank you. Now you all know why I said it has to be silent, what we do. It's interesting. All of this stuff broke after the Gemini new moon. Oh, look at all the shit that broke. They don't need to know our next move. Because it's going to be powerful. There's going to be some people very upset. Powerful. Come take your authority back. And yeah, we're going to have spies, but you want to know what? Justice is on our side. No matter what anything looks like, some of you are probably going to get detached from any emotional bondage too. I'm just letting you know, like, she's a very emotional queen, and, you know, she doesn't take her cup off for just anybody. This is in reverse. We're not moving in emotions no more. Our emotions are pretty doggone solid. And look at the bottom of the deck, the karma card. We're starting a new cycle. We're starting a new wheel. And it's ultimately up to you. You want to stay on that old timeline? You're more than welcome. I don't. I want to move forward in my purpose. That's what I told this. Oh, did I even get to talk about the institution? What the guy said to me last night on True News? I keep on getting sidetracked, but yeah. I was basically telling the church to wake up, and he called me ignorant and said, "So are you going to fight alongside of us, and when we go after the deep state, and I'll fight for?" I'm like, dude, I didn't know that they were calling women and children. Last I knew, during the Civil War, the men were the ones who fought and were supposed to protect the women and children. Apparently that don't stand anymore, right? I said, you want to know what? My authority? I said, I will protect myself and my own and my domain. But I am not going out looking to harm innocent people. I'm not looking to go out and start a war. I'm looking to do my divine purpose, which I'm called into the mission field. Get your ass out behind the pew. And he didn't even get it. Like, he thought about fighting the deep state. He didn't get it. I was calling him to a higher spiritual calling. Like, go ahead, sit in a pew the rest of your life and pay your tithe. You think that's going to get you into heaven? Faith without works is dead. Remember that. And I don't even think you people have faith. You sit in a pew, you don't do shit. Oh, I feel sorry for your kids. I will pray that the devil that's a hold of you will release you. And I'm just like, oh my God, you're so lost. They called Jesus a heretic. Good luck. These are the religious spirits we're fighting, even within our churches. They don't get it. They don't get what God's doing. They're stuck in a religion, and that's another stuck spot. And a lot of them are extremely racist too. And biased against anybody who doesn't look like them. Look how many times the church split. To her. Oh, well, I don't like the way that you're doing things. And, yeah, they couldn't sit down and reason together and say, well, why are you doing things like, well, God, I just feel this stirring in my heart, and God's showing me this. Unless you were in authority. And I was in authority in my church. And then when God poured his power on me, they didn't like it. Because they wanted control. And infiltrated with narcissists. And that's what I saw in that comment last night. As I blocked him then. I'm like, I'm not giving you no more supply, you piece of trash. I told him, I said, I dust you right off my feet. Just like Jesus dusted, said people don't want to receive the message of the calling. Dust them off your feet and keep it stepping. That's what I did with him. I'm like, dude, you don't have no clue who I am. Oh, yep. All right, guys. Think about it. I mean, since I've had my channel, I brought people from different religions, different backgrounds, different races, different ideologies, all together for a common goal. Now, I don't like the black magic stuff. Just get that straight. I don't like the calling on dark forces demonic stuff. I don't. That's bad juju. Who I'm not taking that bad juju in the next life. Sorry. It's all about Christ consciousness here. And it's all about my brother. It's all about doing the mission that God has called me to do. However, I will have a conversation with anybody who wants to have a conversation. I won't be manipulated, and I won't be controlled. And I will be raw and unapologetic about my beliefs. I'm not always right, but I think that we really can learn from one another. God told me he was going to put me in the darkest of the dark. I didn't understand what that really meant. Because it can get pretty dark in the occult. Sacrificing animals and children, and that's not me. Some people might do that. I don't. Ugh. And that's why I'm just like, why would you put me in a community where I'm going to be surrounded by all these... But he did it. And here I am. Because I get to glorify my God. Your God. The divine. The universe. I get to spread love to people who may have never experienced real, true acceptance. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much where I'm at. Now I'm done with my spiel. I will let y'all go. This is a little over an hour long. And I'm going to like I said, I pulled up Leo's reading. I'm not doing it. I wasn't feeling it. I tried to record it the other day. It wouldn't record. Go figure. Mercury is in shadow. I think about to go retro. So, yeah, just, you're welcome, guys. I love you, too. Guys, just, no matter what you see going on around you, I know it looks bad. I do. I know it's scary. Please stay safe. Try to diffuse any, negativity if you can. Stay safe wherever y'all are, please. We have a massive boss battle coming up in July. It's going to get weird, okay? I'm putting it out there. It's going to get very strange over the next course of until 2021. And even beyond that. It's going to get weird. So just be safe and love one another. There's the owl. Love one another. Many people have been living behind a smoking mirror. And they like it there. Well, the smoke is clearing. What did I tell you guys? Especially the Pisces reading. Jess, if you're still on here, what did I say in the Pisces reading about Mars energy going through Pisces? How it was just going to culminate with every degree. More and more tension, 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 and then pop! You guys watch that Pisces reading. I'm sorry I had to come down on y'all, but what did I say? I felt this gradual explosive energy. And then the riot shit breaks out. It's just, it was bizarre. And that's how I know I'm the truth. Same with, like I said, these light worker readings. And I was saying to OG Light Warrior yesterday, I was like, look, I said, now I understand why Spirit said you keep those light worker readings and starseed readings to private people at this point. Oh, you keep them to private, to the people you trust. You send them the link. You don't put that on YouTube no more. They don't need to know what you're doing. Shout out to the 9 real G's move like lasagna. We don't tell people our next move. You'll see it when it happens. Oh my gosh. This is so cool. Alright. I'm getting a bunch of different cards for the Lightworker and Starseed reading. Thank you, Spirit. I knew we were on a different quest. Ooh. Oh my God. Really? You came out again? Okay. Yay. Alright. Oh boy. I'm not going to show these on here, so I'm just pulling while I'm on here. You guys can see it when I do it then. I'm going to meditate on this. I do have a friend's house. These cards are going flying. Light workers, okay. Yo. Yes, we are living in weird times. Like, even I feel a real tension. Even with our stop being in fear, guys. I know. It's easier said than done. We need to unite. Okay then. All right. Wow, that's the same. There's some things that are happening. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna put crystals in these cards and stuff like that, and hopefully I won't have any problems. I think I'm gonna have to record with this phone now, because of obviously I'm always having issues with my cell service and uploads and all that other stuff. Dark energy, they stupid. They don't like me. I'm the truth. Oh, they want some proof. Here, don't be rude. Even when I lose, I make it look cool. Might look like I lose, but I'm not losing. Alright, guys. I'm getting off. I love you. You guys take care. I'm glad that we could have this conversation. I'm glad that you guys could hear my heart out. And I hope that this goes across, that this comes across and is palatable for most people. But I wanted to talk about my own instances too. Yeah, I'm getting off of here, dude. You can go back and watch it though, I'm sure. Um, but I'm gonna get off of here. I want to thank you all for being on here, and just strange things. It is what it is. But yeah, go back and watch. Anybody who knows me, yep. Make sure you comment. Everybody who's on here, make sure when you get off here, comment, please. Leave a comment in the comment section and hit the like button and share with all your friends who you think this would actually bless. Okay? Share it through your social media. Because this is my heart. This is how I feel. And I could speak my truth. And you all need to speak your truth too. Okay? I'll give you, and you don't even need my permission. Just do it. Okay? I love you. Take care. Have a wonderful Thursday. And tomorrow, I'm hoping to get this reading done tonight. But like I said, I had a friend offer me to go and hang out. Him and his girlfriend. I'm kind of, I hate to say no, because I don't get invited out very often, and it's just for a fire and stuff like that. So why not? Even if it's only for a little bit, why not? All right, I love you. Gets me outside, gets me in nature, gets me around fire. That makes me happy. And then I gotta come home and start getting all of my gemstones put outside. We got an eclipse coming. Yes, we do. Have a good one. I love you. Don't forget to charge your crystals and stuff. We got, like I said, we got an eclipse coming. I'm going to charge my shit for a good 2-3 days. Well, tonight into tomorrow, and that energy will last 6 months. So, yeah, I'm going to have to gather everything up like I always do. I'm just like, oh my God. I'm so happy I at least put my one tree back here in front of the window that I can hang like all of my jewelry and stuff on and just, well, I can't really open up the window anymore. The air conditioner's in there, but I can open up all the curtains and everything. I just hang all my shit on there, and it's getting the full moonlight and eclipse, and so that's done. But I still have so many other crystals that I gotta get. Oh, my rose quartz came too, by the way. All right, I'm out. Have a wonderful Thursday. I love you. I'm going to try and get this reading done. Hopefully I can come on and talk to you tomorrow for a little bit. My daughter actually has she has graduation tomorrow night, and then Saturday I'm having something for her special. So I don't want to go into too much detail. There's stalkers that come on here, so it's nobody's business. All right, I love you. Take care. Bye.